Hey everybody, the new 11th episode of the Skibidi Multiverse is finally out. And you'll be surprised how many of my assumptions turned out to be true. Today I'm going to show you all the secrets and Easter eggs of the new episode. Why wasn't Titan Drillman destroyed after his core was damaged? How did I, an elite clockman, appear in the secret tunnel at the Skibidi toilet space? How do the Clockwoman guns work? And why didn't Titan show thumbs up? Watch the video to the end and you'll find out all the hidden moments of the new episode. Get your tea and snacks ready. It's going to be interesting. Let's go! At the end of last episode, the agents sneaked into the hangar at the Skibidi toilet space to rescue the Titan clockmen. But at the end, the magnetic Skibidi giant got in their way. Like I said, if he teleported to the roof, Titan speakermen should spot him. As we recall, he was not far from our hangar. That's exactly what happened at the beginning of episode 11. Magnetic Big Boy spins his magnets around and then throws them at the hangar roof. By the way, it's weird that these big pieces of rubble fell right next to us. But then they disappeared. Titan Speakerman immediately decides to punish the magnetic bastard and shoots him right in the back. Instead of feeding this Skibidi with balls, Speakerman just stands there and epically aims his cannons at him. Notice that magnetic Skibidi repeats the phrase, "You are nothing." In the original Skibidi toilet series, only the scientist could talk different phrases. In episode 60, he said the same stuff to the Astro toilets. But let's get back to the new episode. The giant activates his magnets and rips the cannons off Titan Speakerman's arms. We saw this moment on the leaked video. By the way, did you know that if you heat up a magnet, it stops working? I only realized that when the Titan did it. But first, Skibidi threw him to the ground a little bit. You can see the montage splice at this moment. Some strange object appears abruptly right here in the corner. I think it's part of the destroyed Skibidi welder from last episode. He's lying right here. I don't know why, but Titan stopped firing flamethrower and let Skibidi attack him back. But for the second time, his magnets had already gotten hot enough to stop working. It's cool that the Titan was upgraded with flamethrowers back in episode 9. But I'm just now realizing one very important detail. Remember how in episode 8 we saw a poster of this magnetic big boy at the Clockman base? I didn't realize what was on the table then, but now I see that it's a flamethrower. They invented it in advance to prepare the speakermen for this battle. I'm amazed how many details in this show are connected. Notice how funny Skibidi talks when he realizes his magnets are broken. It looks like he has a speaker that sounds as soon as he opens his mouth. Also, this Skibidi has some kind of thing at the bottom. It looks like the end crystal from Minecraft. It's probably some kind of weak place. If you break the crystal, the Skibidi will be weakened or even destroyed. But Titan Speakerman chose a different way. First, he got close to him and let him listen to some hard rock at full loud. POV cameraman even covered his ears, even though he doesn't even have ears. Never mind, after Skibidi lost his helmet, Titan decided to give him a good haircut. Yeah, he miscalculated his strength a bit, but that's okay. Notice how that top thing moves like an eyebrow. By the way, did you catch what Titan said at that part? I think he said, "Oh, what's happening?" Big Clockman is like, "Bro, our spiders are cracked." By the way, these big gears look like parts of a broken Clockman Titan. Speakerman realizes he can't left him here and flies off with his wounded friend straight to the base. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be able to fix Titan Clockman in the next episode. And look how neatly the roof debris is laid out here. Let's thank them. They fell carefully next to the wall so as not to interfere with our watching the new episode. Here's this alarm clockman sitting on the ground looking bad, just like my alarm clock in the morning after pissing me off. Remember how welding Skibidi fried the cameraman last episode? That was the only regular cameraman in the hangar, and he just keeps walking around here with the rest of them. Turns out the agents don't give a damn about fire. They don't get damaged by it. Okay. Right after Titan Speakerman flies away, the horrible Skibidi digger crawls out of the ground. And I'm not saying he's dangerous, but his face just looks like he was forced to dig holes immediately after he was born. Clockman Bouncer wanted to play Hit the Bunny with him, but it seems someone beat him to it. And holy crap, it's me and Elite Clockman. Those who saw the previous video with the leak knew in advance that we'd be appearing in the new episode. And yes, I want to thank Dom's studio. This show gets more and more interesting every episode. Elite Clockman has 3 stopwatches on his chest and a cool spear that can return to his hand. Remember this Clockman from past episodes? He has a stopwatch on his chest too, and he can wind time back. I think Elite can do the same thing, only much longer. Most likely his spear doesn't go backwards. He just rewinds time back for the spear. Notice his head. It looks a lot like Big Clockman's head. There's a chance the elite can stop time the same way. Well, and what about my powers? Apparently it's nothing. I'm just a regular Chad TV man. But when Speaker Woman's around, sometimes I stop being a Sigma, yeah. Jeez, look, she's so strong. She's so strong. Also, for some reason, I have such a weird screen here. It looks a little displaced. And you can see the Morse code behind us. It says friends and question mark. It's like the creators are asking if we're friends or not. And yes, I think we're on the Alliance side, but that question makes sense. What the hell are we doing in some tunnel in the middle of a Skibidi toilet base? I think it's related to the fact that I'm a TV man and I can teleport. I was just editing some new videos for you guys and decided to help the agents save Titan. Nothing more. By the way, at this point you can see some weird smoke above the agents. It looks like someone is teleporting in here. Okay, some noise is heard outside, and POV decides to check out what's wrong. And here Titan Drillman is fighting Titan Cameraman, just like I suggested in my past analysis. By the way, this big speaker man has been standing in this place since the middle of last episode. There's a legend that he's still standing there and watching. Notice how Titan Drillman pulls back a little at the very beginning. It's pretty funny. Remember how many Skibidi toilets and agents were around last episode? Now this place is completely empty. Seems like they have a Skibidi cleaner here or something. And what was that Skibidi helicopter doing here? He's like, nah guys, I'm out of here. It's good for him that he flew away. This is where the epic battle between the two Titans begins. I don't know why Cameraman swung his hammer when he was so far away from Drillman. Maybe he wanted to throw it or hit him in a jump. But Drillman grabs him with his chained arm and shows him how to dig in a right way. But apparently Cameraman didn't like that, and decided to make a chop out of his opponent. Notice how he's shaking at this moment. I think Titan is trying to resist the parasite's influence. He probably sees everything that's going on and can't do anything with it. Cameraman hits his hammer so hard that he shatters it into pieces. And damn how strong Drillman's head is. One of the hammer shards flies right into the gate next to the POV cameraman. This guy is as lucky as we are. If the shard had flown a little sideways, Episode 11 would have ended for us right now. And I was very surprised that the handle of the hammer is also a spear. And that's what he stabs Drillman right in the core, and man, I thought he destroyed him. But Drillman Titan isn't as simple as he looks. Yeah, he's got a core, but it's well protected by these gears. He fires some kind of beam from the core and hits the infected cameraman with it. Remember when Drillman overturned some houses in Episode 9? Now he does the same thing with his jackhammers. Eventually, the ground under Titan Cameraman becomes loosened and he falls through the ground up to his waist. He tries to get out, but someone fires a time delay blast right into his jetpack. I think it's that gun on the clockman's helicopter. Titan doesn't give up and wants to use his arms to climb out, but someone stops his arms too. And it seems to be Clockwoman. Oh my god, I'm sure you'll like her. She's got two big reasons for that. Her strong gun and her cool hat. Of course I don't care that she's a woman, or that she has such a cool headphones, Enough said about her. There's a TV woman standing next to her, and like I said, she's using her head to hypnotize Titan. I'm just wondering how many of my assumptions turned out to be true. I assure you I did not discuss these things with the show's creator. We usually talk to him after I've released the analysis. These are the guys in the helicopter from the end of Episode 8. One of them happily jumps on the cameraman, and it's really goofy. In general, the rest of the plot goes on exactly as I thought it would. While TV Woman hypnotizes Titan, the drillmen disassemble his body and take out the parasite. Another cameraman with a weird gun also appears nearby at this time. This guy wasn't in the hangar, he came from somewhere. And what he's holding doesn't look like a normal hypno gun like in Episode 2. Maybe it's a weapon he got from someone other than the Alliance. There's a chance this guy could turn out to be a traitor or an imposter in the next episode. Remember that weird cloud of smoke I was talking about earlier? It's possible that this guy isn't actually a regular cameraman and he's the one who teleported back then. And like I said, Titan Clockman was close to curing Titan Cameraman. He should have just cut that wire instead of pulling on it. That's exactly what the drillmen did to disconnect the parasite. And at this moment we see a guy we already know. It's Drillman Bouncer. He was on one of the planes in Episode 9. This big guy appeared very epic, and he apparently has a jackhammer behind his back. Notice that Titan's hands are still under Clockwoman's control. That ability lasts for a really long time. She also blocked his arms at different times, but they unblocked at the same time. This means that her timed impulses don't end on their own. Clockwoman can turn them off whenever she wants. By the way, look at the Titan Drillman's core. It looks a bit changed. The drills are now sticking out from the inside. Maybe it's broken, or maybe it's some kind of defense, I don't know. Perhaps the scientists realized that it's not good to make a weak spot for every Titan and decided to change something this time. All in all, it looks like Titan Drillman is unharmed. After he burrowed underground, something strange remained in the air above him. Titan is cured now, but he looks like he saw everything that happened. He saw Clockman sacrifice himself to save him, but then the parasite forced him to destroy Clockman. He saw him hitting Drillman with his hammer and fighting his friend Speakerman. I guess after all that, his mental health can't be same again. But what am I talking about, though? He's just a robot. POV cameraman gives him thumbs up, but Titan doesn't return the favor. He's definitely feeling very bad about everything he did while he was infected. But the important thing is that he's alive and cured. I think in the new episodes we will see some new Skibidi toilet with new abilities. It is very likely that there will be an attack on the Clockman base and the Titans will have to defend it. Also, the Clockman Titan is still not repaired, and we will watch his story in the new episodes. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the new analysis. And that was me, Isachad. See ya.